Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a lot different than what we normally do. So my buddy Isaac wanted to tell me and our mutual friend Thomas about some conspiracy theories he found. He read half a sentence, and I said, we gotta stop and record this. So with that in mind, I'll just leave you to enjoy it.
All right. We want to start from the top.
Yeah, just give what brief context you just gave us first.
So far, I've read half a sentence.
Which inspired the session.
Like, oh my god, let's just fire up Audacity real quick.
The grandest half a sentence anybody could ever read. So,
I'm not going to pretend like I know a bunch of stuff about them, right? I'm not going to sit here and act like that. But, the group, the cult, I'm going to call them a cult. The cult is called QAnon. There's this anonymous dude that's called Q, who's like the big cheese, the biggie cheese. And that guy, you know the guy with the horns and the face paint?
Yeah, Satan.
That was, they referred to... Here, hold on, I'll send a picture.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought the exact same thing for half a second.
Here, I'll send you the picture of him. You'll probably know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
So, here we go. This is the boy.
Okay, yeah, the guy from the Capitol, yeah.
Yeah. This is a QAnon shaman.
Wait!
He kind of looks like a shaman.
I mean, yeah, but I was like, oh, cool, this guy's just kind of insane, I guess?
That one.
I don't know, like, I was like, is he doing something native? Or because he's white, so I didn't get it, but I was also like, cultural significance of Buffalo, maybe?
Yes.
I don't know.
He's not just white, he's also red and blue.
So this is like the shaman.
Okay.
Who was at the Capitol.
Yeah.
What am I saying? I'm calling him cult. That's a shaman. I mean, it all reads cult. The anonymous dude, his name is Q. They're called QAnon. I'm just reading some stuff. The highlights of an article, basically. And let's be real. This is like all highlights. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like this. Do I know this news source? No. Is it news? Nah. Is it entertaining? Yes. And that's the part that matters. So let's run through this. I'm going to pretend it's real for the sake of how great it is.
Yeah, of course it's real.
And if it comes out to be fake, I don't care. I'm not a QAnon cultist. So, oh well. So, here we go. So far, this is about all I've got that I've read so far. Joe Biden is John F. Kennedy Jr. in a live CGI mask. Yeah, alright.
Yeah, so that was the first half of the sentence.
Here's the next half of the sentence. Donald Trump is a billion-year-old intergalactic being made of pure starlight who plans to introduce a cure to all diseases in his second term.
Okay.
That was the third half of the sentence. There were two halves in that half. So...
I'm still more shocked by the Biden as JFK Jr. in a CGI.
So...
You had me at billion-year-old intergalactic being. After that, I kind of was just like, okay, that's kind of funny, but still.
Well, we're going to dig into that just a little bit more here in
yes.
a little bit. Into the intergalactic being and his cure for all diseases. Okay. Here in a couple days, actually, we're coming on. I mean, when I first saw this, it was a couple days ago. But here in a couple days, we're almost there to this date, January 20th, when Trump is going to magically appear on TV screens all around the world via particle beam technology to take over and announce a new world order.
Pence,
please
beam me down.
Pence, you let me down for the last time.
Oh God.
We'll touch on Pence just briefly here in a minute.
I'm excited.
Okay.
Trump is waging war against the elites, who are pedophiles, and cannibals. They have a name for them. They call them pedovores.
Hey!
PETA?
Oh, wait, sorry. Repeat what you said for him really quick.
They call the elites who are cannibals, they call them pedovores because they eat children.
Okay.
Okay.
Rather than like an herbivore or something, right?
Okay, got it.
Give me just a second. Trump is like, I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Do you know who the leader of the pedovores are?
Oh, please.
Tell me it's
Is-
Hayden Christensen.
It's Tom Hanks.
Oh, okay.
Hey, who's seen my hat?
Wait. So this is a throwback to our joke from before. Thomas, this is Eldritch Gump.
It is. Oh my god! How can I not see this? As the co-creator of Eldritch Gump, I didn't even realize. I didn't connect those dots. I was just like, I don't know why Tom Hanks. I don't know.
Okay.
I like to eat children, you know? They give me power.
So, for the people who don't know, I don't know if this is gonna go in the video, but but Isaac and we created this like version of Forrest Gump that is like a mad cultist. And it's Eldritch Gump.
I spoke to Cthulhu. I didn't know his language, but I understood every word. He gave me unimaginable power. And even with that, I grew hungrier and hungrier. And I could no longer be sated. I needed more. No, my Forrest Gump isn't great, but that's the best I could do.
Yeah, that's fine. Yours is better than mine. I love your delivery so much more.
I see him sometimes. He comes to me in my dreams.
His run across the United States was to eat children in every state. When he found out that he couldn't just run to Hawaii, I'm pretty full now.
I'ma grow gills.
Guess I'll go home.
Cthulhu, will you get me some gills so I can go eat that Hawaiian food?
So, Cthulhu, what are your thoughts on pineapple on children?
This would be Forrest Gump if he was like a cannibal cultist for Cthulhu.
Oh my gosh.
The children would run, but I was faster. I would run and chase, and I always caught them.
Oh no!
You thought that Jenny was saying run, Forrest, run. She was actually saying run from Forrest, run.
Okay, so where were we? Pedivores. Tom Hanks is the leader.
Tom
That's
Hanks
what it was.
is the leader of the
Tom Hanks.
Pedivores.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so we have the Pedimores headed up by
We have JFK Jr.
Hanks.
Uh-huh.
JFK
mask.
Jr. is just on the side
Right.
now.
CGI
right?
mask, right.
CGI
Uh-huh.
mask. And then we
Trump's
have
the Starlight Being who's going to cure all disease.
Yes.
And
go to war
there's a
with
group
the
of
Pedimores.
elites that eat children, and they're called pedivores.
Pedimores, yeah. So Trump's fighting the Pedimores, and we just got CGI JFKJ over here.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Okay.
So, the pedivores actually include actors, musicians, TV personalities, and left-wing politicians. So they torture and they eat children for the blood-borne stress chemical that keeps them young.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So that part in itself exists in other conspiracies, but it's here too. So there's now what I said about Biden when I was like, well, he's JFK Jr. Well, there's 3 theories inside of the theory.
Okay.
Biden is either 1, JFK. 2.
just JFK himself?
JFK is straight up JFK.
Well, they took JFK's brain out of the
And
autopsy.
I'll give you the reasoning why
he's JFK. Yeah.
in a moment.
Okay.
2, he's JFK Jr., who faked his own death with the CGI mask. Or 3, he's a lizard person.
Okay, I'm glad we managed to fit that one in there. You know what we were missing from this conspiracy? Some lizard people.
Some lizard people. There is a storm coming on his inauguration day where Biden, will be arrested, and there will be a worldwide takedown of the satanic pedovore cabal. I actually had to look up cabal. I didn't even know that was a word.
Yeah,
and that's
the guy
just
from
like a cult.
Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
Almost. Now, there's the arrest theory, but there's also a subsect of them that believe Biden. And from this point on, they just start calling everybody Mr. their name. So they start calling him like Mr. Biden and Mr. Trump. So there's just Trump and Biden.
Okay.
But there's like a sub theory that Biden's going to be assassinated, right? At his inauguration. Now, the reason why Biden could be JFK is because JFK was the United States' first only Catholic president, and Biden is going to be the second only Catholic president. He's also the 46th president, and Kennedy was 46 when he got shot. That's it. That's the base for why Biden's JFK.
Okay, but there's a lot more to the Lincoln Kennedy assassination link. Have you heard about that?
Oh, there are plenty of conspiracies just about his assassination alone.
Not
We're
just
going to
about...
talk about it.
Okay.
About Biden being involved?
No. Literally, it was
spoiler,
Lincoln...
I guess.
Well, no. It was it's all these things Lincoln was killed in a Ford theater. Lincoln was killed in a Ford theater. JFK was in a Ford when he got killed.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them were killed by Southerners who are best known by 3 names: John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald. And both of the killers were then assassinated after them.
And didn't one killer, both of the killers ran to the opposite place where the other killer was?
So, yeah. So, Booth ran from a theater into a business building, I think, or a warehouse or something like that. Lee Harvey Oswald ran from the warehouse or business building into a theater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do know that one. Those little connections are fun.
Guys, we should have our own conspiracy theory just right now.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Right.
John Wilkes Booth is actually Lee Harvey Oswald. He found the Fountain of Youth after he assassinated Lincoln.
You're a genius. And now, so he kills Lincoln, goes forward, kills JFK, and now he's going to assassinate Biden. Who is JFK? A list of some of the people who will be arrested.
Okay.
The Bidens,
Okay.
the Clintons, the Hankses, the Bushes,
The Hankses.
yeah, Pence, and just a bunch of other people who are going to be there.
So just Pence, but not his whole family?
Just Pence.
Just
Pence.
Space Force is going to cut the feed from the inauguration and initiate global broadcast satellite, which allows Trump to announce the crimes against humanity committed by the attendees to the world.
Okay.
The second inauguration of Donald Trump will be ran by Space Force through GPS, and it will be the greatest in our history, somehow bigger and better than 2016. They will all fall. Hashtag Space Force card. GBS is a system which broadcasts encoded information to military receivers using particle beam technology that will beam Mr. Trump around the world. It enables direct contact with all TV screens for the worldwide address in which he reveals the signing of multiple new executive orders. And then there's also this like addendum here where it's like particle beam technology, which apparently is not a factor in GBS, is also how the so-called international cabal rigged the vote against Trump. So they're like, dude, particle beam technology, and they're like, that doesn't exist.
To everyone else's knowledge, it doesn't exist.
They will reveal the truth about Satan, sodomy, and the deep state.
Okay, wait. Okay. So Satan, I get. Deep state, I get. When did the sodomy factor into this?
They're pedophiles. I imagine it's not just one gender.
I thought they just
pedophilia.
ate children.
No, they're pedophiles and they eat children.
Okay, got it.
They're
Glad we cleared
pedophiles
that up.
and cannibals who prefer to eat children as well. Oh, here's the thing about Pence is, for whatever reason, am I crazy? Pence is the vice president, right?
Yes.
Like, am I crazy? Okay.
No.
Because he's on their side, I would think. But
No,
I don't
they're
know
crazy.
what Pence said.
He started saying some crap and basically like acting against Donald Trump.
He did?
And
Okay.
basically, so what it's basically happening is, I think Pence is just trying to save his own skin. Whereas, like, so the whole reason there's a second wave of impeachment going around so that they can permanently ban Trump from running again.
From running again, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Pence is just trying to save his own political skin by siding with, even if he believes him or he doesn't believe him, I don't know. But he's just trying to save his skin so that nothing bad happens to him, basically.
If I had a cushy political job where I got paid to do nothing, I'd probably do the same thing.
Honestly, yeah.
So, because he's doing that, the cult is quoted, "Get the firing squads ready. Pence goes first." And that was posted on Parler, and which Parler, right, that got discontinued.
Yeah, that got discontinued.
They got taken down or whatever you want to say. So what it sounds like is Pence falls into the category which I'm about to read. So they have a category of Republicans.
Oh no.
Which are called rhinos. It includes any Republican who is left of the far right at all.
Anything that's not
rhino, anything that's not alt-right, like far right.
Yeah. Okay.
And it stands for a Republican in name only. So
okay.
The hardcore like believers in the cult, they believe that every dead celebrity,
oh no,
or almost every dead celebrity, is still alive, and they faked their death to work undercover to help Mr. Trump.
To help Trump? The dead ones help Trump.
Yes. Well, they're not dead. They're fake dead.
Tupac's alive!
Tupac's alive, and he's preparing a collaboration album with Trump. Oh, by the way, it has a feature from Michael Jackson and Juice WRLD. It's gonna be fat.
Give me just a second. I've got one. I realize this is your show, but I've got a meme.
Hey,
I've got a picture to send you.
Memes are universal language, so.
Oh yeah. You working on the project? How'd you get a leak like that?
I know Tom Hanks.
Oh, word. Okay. Any of the opponents of Mr. Trump that you see now that are living, they have actually already been executed. What you see are clones. So all of the people who oppose Trump have already been executed, and those people are actually clones. Now, why you would make a clone, so let's say, he took all of the people who opposed him and he kills them. Why would you then make a clone to oppose? You did it, your job's done. You won the game. No. So, because it's not the opponents who are making the clones, they're all dead. So the victor would have to make the clone to oppose him again. But if all the people who are left are hardcore supporters, who cares? They won't turn on me.
Semantics.
I don't know. We didn't make the theory. We made the other theory.
So, poking holes into a cult theory. Oh, go figure, they exist, right? So, all right, here's our next piece. 800,000 children are snatched every year in the U.S. alone, and they're imprisoned in tunnels for the elite to eat.
Okay.
Now, how many kids...
How many kids are in the U.S.? Is what you're gonna...
how many kids are born each year in the U.S.? I'm actually curious. So, let's see. This is an article from 2018 that says about 4 million were born in 2017. So, just a casual fourth of the children that are born are eaten. Here's my favorite part. Mr. Trump, the ancient starlight being, is part of a galactic council, and he invented healing pods using alien technology that he obtained while traveling through time using his uncle's machine developed from Nikola Tesla's papers seized in 1943.
Holy
Now, this part sounds crazy, but this is the most truthful part of the whole thing, because I looked into his uncle, and his uncle is amazing.
Donald Trump's uncle.
Donald Trump's uncle, yes.
Okay.
So that is my favorite part of the whole thing. Now I just looked up his Wikipedia page. All right, I'm gonna be real. John Trump's his uncle, right? He was born in 1907. Now, he got a bachelor's, master's, doctorate. Like, he worked up the chain of science. So he's a doctor in science from MIT.
Oh,
he's a physicist. I think that's what they're called, right? Physicist.
Yep.
He has 4 awards. He has the King's Medal for Service. He has the President's Certificate. He has the Lamb Medal, which is for, I don't know, that's how you pronounce it, but that's for electrical engineering, and a National Medal of Science. In addition, he was a member of the National Academy of Engineering. Also, he's noted for helping develop rotational radiation therapy. He worked with Robert Van de Graaff on the Van de Graaff machine. He developed one of the first 1,000,000-volt X-ray generators. What was it? He helped develop radar technology. He was
If Tesla had a plan for time travel, he would be the one to find it.
He worked on hospital X-ray machines. He developed radar. He was, he helped the then president. He was the assistant of then president of MIT, who was also the chairman of the radar division. And then here's the part about he actually did have his hand on Nikola Tesla's stuff. After Nikola Tesla died, the FBI, after Tesla died, the FBI called in his uncle to analyze Tesla's stuff. So he investigates Tesla's stuff And he's like, you know what? None of this stuff would constitute a hazard in unfriendly hands, so it's all good. So basically, if Tesla had a plan to blow up the Earth, he was the one that was going to find it. Like, guess who has it? That's right, Trump does. Another thing he's known for is the process of electron beam sterilization of wastewater. So like, cool. He was just like, I'm gonna do everything. Like, he makes this possible, because if it weren't for him, we wouldn't have a time machine.
Me being a fan of Steins Gate.
So yeah, his uncle's amazing. That was the last thing I was expecting. I was just thinking, I'd look it up and I'd get a name and I'd be like, oh, haha, he has the same name. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I wasn't expecting to see a genius. But Mr. Biden's JFK, or JFK Jr., he's wearing the real-time CGI mask. Speaking of JFK Jr., they refer to as the scion of the U.S. political family, regarded as Democrat royalty, is actually a secret Republican and avid Trump supporter. Okay. He faked his death in a plane crash, and since then has secretly been living in Pennsylvania, where he magically appears at Trump rallies, where he is presented as Trump's new vice president. That was actually the theory before Biden, quote unquote, won, right? Because he didn't really win.
So you're saying now, so Biden is JFK.
Yes, JFK
Pence
Jr.
is JFK Jr.?
JFK Jr. was going to be the vice president. So it was going to be basically Pence in a CGI mask. But since Biden won. Right.
Pence can't be JFK Jr. in a CGI mask. Like, damn, we got to scrap this angle. Biden's JFK Jr. in a CGI mask.
Right. So they scrap it, basically. And they're like, okay, well, actually, Biden is JFK Jr. in the CGI mask, and he's going to be sworn in as president in place of Mr. Trump. That's that part. In addition, the real Biden was part of the conspiracy to assassinate JFK and was actually friends with the people behind it.
You mean he was friends with John Wilkes Booth?
Yeah. And in a 1994 FBI report, John F. Kennedy Jr. called Biden a traitor. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys both familiar with the Great Awakening thing?
Which Great Awakening thing?
The white people open themselves up to their spiritual body, and black people get like superpowers or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, that one's news to me.
Oh, okay. You know those memes that was like, on January 20th, or what are you going to do with your superpowers on January 20th? Or no, actually, no, it was December 21st. It was the solstice. They're like, hold on, let me find one of the memes.
Okay, please.
So basically, white people become more spiritual and get superpowers, or black people get superpowers?
No, white people become more spiritual. Black people get superpowers.
Okay. It was something like that. Right, don't quote me on it, right, but...
The December 21st updates.
But that's the Great Awakening, right? Of course, I could just totally be wrong, but that's how it was told to me. I didn't look into it, right? I just saw memes and someone told me about it. During the Great Awakening, the corruption of the left wing is going to be revealed. There's going to be revolution, and giant voices will reveal the lies of the old system. Now, you know how you were talking about Eldritch Gump a second ago? I think these giant voices might mean that Cthulhu's real.
Oh my gosh, wouldn't it be great if Tom Hanks, like, before he became the leader of the cultists, he was like actually Forrest Gump, and that's how he talked, that was his intelligence. Then he got into the cult.
He drank some, forever juice out of the children, and now here he is, damn genius. So, let's talk about the election. Trump's win was stolen by this elite cabal.
Of course.
Key people in the operation were the Italian Prime Minister, the British Secret Service, Tony Blair, former UK Prime Minister, Germany, Iran, and the Pope.
Notice how none of the people on that list was Russia?
Yeah, and my favorite part is that only one person's listed. Well, there's the Pope, and then there's like one person listed by name.
Tony Blair.
They couldn't have listed, I don't know, the leader of Iran or the Italian Prime Minister. Nah, Tony Blair, that's where it's at.
Okay, so you have Italian Prime Minister, British Secret Service, Tony Blair, all of Germany. It's just Germany.
Germany. And
Germany
Iran.
was in on it.
And Iran. Iran was in there.
Now, how they stole his win was they used spy satellites to erase the voting machines using particle beam technology.
Of course.
And replace Trump's landslide victory with a Biden win. Now, I'm going to say this and bear with me.
Okay.
Let's assume for each account there is one person, just for the sake of shock factor.
For every vote equals one person who voted, right?
For every account in the sentence I'm about to say, there's one person. Let's just assume there's no botted stuff, there's not multiple accounts. Let's just do that for sake of shock.
Okay.
So, how many people do you think would be in a cult like this?
Okay, so the way you're describing it, this has got to be at least like 10,000 people.
10,000? Okay.
10 to 100, somewhere
10
in
to
there.
100, okay.
Wow. I was thinking like 5,000, but holy cow.
70,000 accounts have been suspended.
From social medias about this.
Yeah. Yep. So let's assume there's 70,000 members.
That's not including if they made another account under a different name.
Right.
Right. This is one account per one person per account.
We're just for sake of having a big number, 70,000.
For sake of having a big number, you could assume that they each made 3 accounts and got each of those banned.
True. Yeah. If they all made 10 accounts, this is still way too many.
Yeah.
If they all made 10 accounts, it comes back really close to Nick's original number of 10,000. Okay.
God.
Here's one of the parts. When Joe Biden, I was just gonna say Biden. When Joe Biden is sworn in, the elite.
When JFK was sworn in.
JFK, right?
JFK.
The
Jr.
elite will raise their glass of infant blood to the Dark Lord.
Okay.
Like Leo DiCaprio.
That's just
Leo DiCaprio has this glass.
All right, now let's talk about one of their core beliefs.
Please.
At the start of 2020, there were hundreds of thousands of mole children who have no eyes or ears stored in tunnels across the U.S. And they were rescued in April. The operations date fell on the same, fell in accordance to Trump's initials, DJT, corresponding with the date April 10th, 2020.
I was hoping so bad that you were going to tell me the operation was on April Fool's Day.
Now, they rescued the trapped children and the head of the pedivores, Tom Hanks, and they put him in Guantanamo Bay.
And then they cloned him. And then that's the Tom Hanks we see.
All right, this is the last bit. I'm going to talk about how they can see into the future.
Please.
So, they have a divining tool called the Q clock, which is based on this spiral of dates that keeps expanding as time goes on.
Yeah, it's called a calendar.
So, they line up the Q clock with different time codes and news events And with that graphic that they have, they're able to tell the future. And that's what I've got for you.
Okay.
That was, oh my gosh. I think the only part that I was legitimately like, wait, this is starting to freak, is the fact that Trump's uncle is such a freaking genius, and that he had at some point Nikola Tesla's notes.
Yeah.
I don't think
Donald
anything
Trump's-
hits as hard as the first delivery of JFK
that
Jr.
first
CGI mask.
sentence. Yeah.
All right, let's dive right in.
It's a strong start.
Dude,
It's a strong
okay,
start.
the fact that the start of it was just half a sentence, and we were all like, all right, we're going to hit record in 3, 2, 1.
We need to record. Okay, so my thing was the Nikola Tesla one didn't hit as hard because I was already like, I'd already adapted to what I was
What
about
you
to
were
listen
ready
to.
No,
for.
I was
Yeah.
okay. So I was just sitting here like going along for this ride in Fantasyville, and then you're just like, so this guy actually had a hold of Nikola Tesla's notes, and he's a freaking super genius. And Nikola Tesla has notes that
Yeah.
people don't know exactly what everything
Yeah, I
means.
think his
And I'm just like-
uncle is definitely like the superstar here for sure.
I'm just like,
He brings us all together.
I'm sitting here with my hand on the side of my head, like,
It's real.
well, I didn't say that, but
But
Well, luckily we have Eldritch Gump behind bars.
yes,
Yep.
Eldritch Gump.
yeah, he's in Guantanamo Bay. We don't have to worry about that.
I never thought
Okay,
I'd
we're
say
good.
Cthulhu again.
Hi,
Oh my
Cthulhu,
gosh.
it's me. I need you to, pay my bail. I don't know if they do bail here in Guantanamo, but I could use some help. So, yeah. Enjoyed that little
Oh, yeah.
roller coaster I took you on.
That was awesome.
Awesome.
That's great.
Oh, we'll have to do that again.